All right. We're in the Eastern Odyssey tournament on the opening round. It's Wednesday. I'm on the back nine. So we will continue the tournament. I got a 15 on the front. I did pick up three. I had a lot of great shots, and I was like right there. I did hit some perfects on the front, and I was super close. I've tightened my notes up a little bit, so we'll see what we can get done on the back. I'd really like to pick up an Albie just to have an Albie tiebreaker, but we'll see. I really think you got to shoot a 15 per side, and then in the weekend round you need to pick up at least one more somewhere. So trying to tighten it up a little. Hole number 10. Let me look at the hole. Remember what it is. Hole number 10. Hole number 1. All right. I'm doing a max curl shot. There's two different max overpower hooks. There's two different layups that you can do. You can shoot it straight forward and do a layup, or you can hit it to the right and do a layup. But I'm bringing my number 5 bag, and I'm bringing a 3 power ball with 5 side spin. I had one that has backspin on it. This one right here. Select that one. And I'm going to do all of the side spin and however much top spin I can get on with all of the side spin. I balanced it out on the front, and I did 4.5, 4.5. And I stayed in the fairway, but it was a little too close. I didn't need to be that close. The deal is if I was a little bit shorter, I'd still be in the same club in the same distance. And I'd rather not risk getting into the rough at all. And it is a max overpower shot. Should write that down on my notes here, max OP. So on headwind days, it will change. I may have to bring out a 4 power ball on a headwind day just to fight up against the wind. And change the shot around. The side spin, you can get it done with a 3 side spin ball, but it's harder. You really gotta, it's all gotta go your way, and there is a risk of hitting the rock. There's a rock that's out there on the left-hand side as you're coming around. Now I've done this max overpower hook shot on this side a bunch of times, and there's a rock. If you pull over to the right-hand side, there's a rock that's over there. And you kind of want your ball guide to be like right on the edge of that rock. Or you can just hit it straight forward. There's a great shot. Hey, if you can get all the way to the end down there, there's a great shot. But here's the thing. You can take this shot with a QB with a more accurate club than your extra mile. Or your rock. And getting down there into the shadow, they'll have a great shot from there. It's a wood. And I'm trying to get into short iron. All of the side spin. I'm going to do 4 and 4.5. I did 4.5, 4.5 last time. Myself a couple rings. 2-2. It's 1.5 per ring, so that should be a ring and a half. And with this wind, I'm only going to do the ring and a half. Hitting it perfect. And that rock is the one I was talking about right there. And I should have did a plus 10% with that wind. The wind was blowing the other way before, and I didn't want to get pushed towards the rough, so I did plus 10. But I had a lot more separation from that rock. If I'd have hit that grate to the left, I could have taken the risk of clipping that rock or clipping that rough. It definitely pushed me off. All right, to the cup. I believe I'm in mid grizzly. Or am I in my kingfisher? I'm in my kingfisher. I think I wrote grizzly down, but I'm actually in my kingfisher. There's Max. I'm doing 1 to 1. I'm doing plus 0, 1 to 1, plus 0.1. So 3.4, 3.5 rings. There's 3.5. Oh, fuck. Hit that perfect. It goes in the hole. I wrote that. I redid my notes while I was uploading the video, and I wrote the wrong club down there, and I got in, and I knew I was in my kingfisher. I don't know why I wrote grizzly, and then I started second guessing my. I knew I was in mid club, and I was adding on 10%, so it's 1.1 at mid. Let me think. What was I doing? What was I doing on that? I'm going to have to go back and watch the video on what I did on that on the front, because I was definitely in, I don't think I was in max club right there. I was like in mid grizzly, or excuse me, mid kingfisher. And I did a 1 to 1, plus 0, plus 0.1 to the cup. Kingfisher. Damn it. I'm going to have to go back and watch the video on the front and see exactly what I did for the pool, because that is a whole, I'm in the right spot. Definitely want to make sure, definitely want to make sure I'm in the deal. I think what I was doing was I was at max club and it's 1.1 and I was adding on 10%. So that makes it 1 to 1. Whatever the wind is, that's the pool, plus 0.1. Hole number 2. Now, I missed this on the front, and I did a plus 25. I'm going to do a plus 30 on the back, because I definitely did not pull it enough on the front with a katana. Now this wind is problematic. This wind might be just along the edge. You don't really want to have to pull over that and what I should have wrote down here is it's 3 side spin. What I need to write down is how much topspin to put on. Let's make sure I got the right stuff. Let's just make sure I got the right bag. I got the right ball. Okay. Hey, you need 3 side spin. That ball won't work. Plus 30 to the cup. Let me get my calculator going. Man, I'm totally unprepared for the back. 1.3 times whatever the wind is. I'm in mid club. And I'm playing my club at 2.3 per ring. It should be 1.9, 2.3, 2.9. Here we go. My opponent goes first. Oh, that wind is problematic. Well, they got because I'm less than 2 rings. I'm right at around 2 rings off from that. So at 2.3 per ring, that's 4.6. And they've got a marlin and I've got a katana, so I will have the wind a little bit lower, so I still might be able to make it without having to pull over. You do not want to have to pull over the edge, because it will highly distort your rings. Let's do the wind first. 3.7, 2.1 rings. 2.1 rings. And that is right to the edge. Isn't it perfect? And not enough steam. I think I still would have missed that to the left. That means I over pulled it there. My teammates are at plus 25. I did a plus 25 on the front, and it was not enough. I did a plus 30 there, and I think if it had rolled out, that would have been not enough, or I did too much. So 25 would have worked better on the back. 30 would have worked better on the front. Damn it. All right, in the hole. In the hole. Go home, ball. Hole number 3 is all about the drive. You've got to hit the drive perfect, or you could be in big, big trouble. I'm taking my Big Toppa bag, and I'm taking a Kingmaker. 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 Local boy. Got a little bit of a headwind. I might be better off here. I've been taking this with a big topper, but I've been right at my red line with a big topper. And you got 100 top spin with a level 9 extra mile. You got 85 top spin. But you can get a little bit closer, and my big topper. Ooh, that is no bueno. I'm going to switch because of the wind so that I've got a little bit of room against the red line. I'll pull back, and I'm going to aim towards the peninsula down there on the end so that I can put a little bit of curl on it. 2.1 should be a ring. I'm going to do plus 10%, so I'm going to do 2-3. So there's 2-3. And then I'm going to lean just a little. Hitting it perfect. I was aiming towards this peninsula right here where the rough comes out, and then I was trying to bring it back. That opened up the entire fairway to the left so that I could curl it around, and you could see that I couldn't have curled it much more than that, otherwise I would have clipped the rough up there. That's why I said earlier, you gotta hit this drive shot perfect. There's not a lot of room. Now, if you're way down where my opponent's at, you can recover if you have a Nirvana. If you end up in the rough before that, or you're in the sand down there, there is a max overpower hook shot that you can do with your sand wedge or your rough iron to recover, because that right there is like, shit, man, you had a chance to like recover like 1-to-1. I'm going to do 1-to-1 plus 0.1 because I got this headwind. I'm going to make sure I'm through the cup. That's for damn sure. I'm going to do 3-7. There's 3, 5, 6, 7. Hitting it perfect. That plus 0.1 might have killed me. Close. And I've been close on. I just missed it on the front as well. I think I missed it on the other side on the front. Arrgh. Came out of the first three and didn't make a single one of them. That's all right. Got to leave some on the table for the weekend round. Otherwise, you're like, where do I go from here? We were playing one of the community cups and I shot a 35 in the opening round. And was like, shit. That's the best round I've ever shot. Where am I going to go from there? I came back and shot a 33 in the weekend round, which was enough to win the tournament. But it was like, man, it was so up and down that when I got done with the 18 holes, I literally damn near just like passed out. Like my emotions were going so much because it was tight. You had to shoot good. You want to save all that stuff for the weekend round. Come on. Hole number 13. Hole number 4. Grizzly Quasar. Let's go look at this hole. I think this is Grizzly Quasar. 4 backspin. 1 per ring. Plus 15. So it must be a mid Grizzly with a Quasar. Plus 15. 1 per ring. Plus 0.1. Grizzly, Quasar. And I actually think I switched this up because I didn't need to... I'm not using any side spin, so I switched it up and I started using a navigator just to cut the wind down. Just to cut the wind down a little. I'm going to change that on my notes. Nav. 4 backspin, 1 per ring, plus 15. 1.15 times the wind divided by 1 plus 0.1. All right, I got my equation worked out. Just need to type in the wind. JCX2 goes first. See if my opponent can get it in the hole. What are they using? A backbone. I used a backbone for a while. Before they revamped the Grizzly and made it better, I mean, the most accurate long iron he had was a backbone. But I never had a lot of success with my backbone. I played with a Saturn a lot. I'm trying to relearn how to play with my Saturn in my odd account because I'm playing some one-on-one in Tour 8. And I'm using my old, what I used to carry around for one-on-one stuff. 4 backspin. 4.3. 5 rings. There's 3, 4, 5 rings. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Woo! In the hole. All right. I think that's the first time I made that this week. I missed it on the front and I should have did plus 0.1 and I added the plus 0.1 on the notes for the back and That made it. Because it was right there along that edge. I probably could have did plus 0.1.5. Plus 0.2 would have put me in there. But it was definitely needed to add something onto it. All right, picked up 1. I need to pick up 2 more. And we got to get hole number 6. Hole number 15, that's an absolute must. So I've got no choice on that one. So I've got to pick up some other hole other than that one. What hole are we on here? 14, hole number 5. Hole number 5. I always got to look at them. If you haven't watched my channel before, I always have to look at the photo. It's so important for me in my game. It's so important. Sometimes you're just going to a hole and you're there, but it is on some of these holes it is important to go and know what your game plan is and what you're going to do, especially the first couple rounds. Or if you haven't played these holes before, when you're practicing, go look at the hole and figure out a game plan. I'm going to take my number 2 bag. And this fucking hole is mystifying to me every single time. So I did a straight up shot. And I don't know if I'm going to do something different as far as like running it out there. I've been like, here's the red line, and I've been pulling back a little bit from the red line so that I can give myself some separation on headwind days, and then running the ball guide up to it. But I don't know if I just need to do more topspin and pull back even farther from the line, or what the deal is. But it seems like, like earlier I didn't do anything. I did a straight up shot, and I should have pulled out wind. And then if I pull, or I should have added on more wind. And if I add on more wind, then it's like, damn, I shouldn't have done anything. Or if I don't, one time I should be doing -5, and the next time I should be doing +10. And it just seems like it's never, but every now and then it goes in. But what I'd like for it to do is go in on every time I hit perfect. That's what I really like. That's what I'd really like. Let's make sure I got the right shit here. Bag number 2 and a Kingmaker. Did I pick a Kingmaker? I have a Kingmaker. The Rock Kingmaker, +10 on the drive, sniper to the cup. And I have no idea what to do to the cup. Theoretically, we should be taking some wind off, because from there if elevation was truly elevation, I believe that it is slightly, it's so damn close to being the same level where we're at. It's arguable on whether or not it's uphill or downhill. But you can get so close to your ring set that it feels like it's an uphill shot. Max side spin, about 4 top spin. 2.5, I'm going to do 2.75. There's 2.75. I'm going to lean a little bit. Oh, that's bad. Oh, man, if I can get past that sand, I'm not going to get past the sand. Whew. Got lucky. Can't be good, be lucky. There isn't a lot of room right there. And hitting great to the right will put you farther forward, but you'll invariably roll off, because it runs in on the right hand side. I did see my opponent earlier use a 5-power ball, and they were able to hit onto the other fairway over there, and they did a blind curl shot, and I love doing blind curl shots. It's a setup shot. It's like doing a max overpower hook shot. You just gotta know where to set it up so that you can give yourself room for your curl to become effective. They actually overshot it and ended up in the rough on the left hand side, but they were so close up there that they could easily recover. All right, this is not the shot that I was looking for, but I still have a shot. I can recover. I believe. I'll pull back a little from the red line. .4. I'm just going to do a straight up shot. 3.4. Hitting it perfect. Now it's all about not running out too fast. Yeah, I would have liked to have had a less. If anybody knows me, that's a long putt for me. I don't like to take long putts. I'm not a very good putter. And you're thinking, that's not a long putt, dude. No, I mean, any putt. There's a way to look at this game. You can either be good at making long putts or you can be good at getting closer. And I'm a big fan of being good at being closer. So, see how it breaks right there to the left? There, it's like it breaks a little bit. I was thinking about if I would have not tanked my drive, of pulling back a little bit so that I could run a little bit more topspin on it. So, and let it run out. I think my opponent did a 3-7 pull. And they hit it great to the right. Watch, it'll go in. Go in. Go in. Ooh! I think they would have missed on the other side of the cup if they'd hit it perfect. It's from that distance, you know, one ring great, you're one ring off, so... I missed it. Dropped one. Picked one up and then dropped one. Dropped one off minimum score. That's horrid. Horrid. Let's get that shit out of my system. Better to get that shit out of your system in the weekend or in the opening round as opposed to the weekend round. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. I'm only a golfer. Hole number 15. Hole number 15. Anything bad happens, you got to put it behind you. You got to move on. Move on, little doggy. All right. I tried to bring out, and then I was going to practice it because I wanted to see, and I'm going to practice this hole. Balls. I want to select that ball, and I want to see if you run which way's the wind blowing. And I'm going to bring my extra mile. Am I bringing my extra mile? I am. Extra mile, max top spin. Okay, I'm going to practice this hole one time. I want to practice because I've been hitting it with a 5 power or a 4 power ball with 2 top spin boost, and it's leaving me in like a quarter of my rapier. I can run the top spin and I can run it up there, but wind's still a factor. Where I'd like to be is right on the fringe. And so I think the distance between where I'm at and the fringe is the distance between a 4 power and a 5 power ball. So if I have a 5 power ball and I run the same 2 top spin, will it get me all the way to the cup or will it shoot me past it? So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question, so I'm going to practice it. I tried to do it on the front, but for some reason it was probably some kind of an error between my screen and my stylus, but I couldn't for some reason pick the ball. Oh shit! And I did hit practice. And then I went to go practice. I did pick the right stuff, and I went to go practice, and I didn't hit practice, and I went out on the course and just had to wing it. I just did it with the 4 power ball, so. I'm going to take out the wind plus 10%. This hole is too important to try and leave it up to the variable of overpower, and especially because on one day we got tailwind and then we get headwind, and it's, you know, you want to give yourself a shot. Now, they still have a shot from there, and it's not that they can't make it, but it would be better if they were in the fairway. All right. Let's run all of the top spin, however much side spin I can get on. Damn, that looks like it's going to go too far. All the top spin and one extra. Just one extra. 1.9 would be 2.1 would be one ring. I'm going to lean just a little to the left. Hitting it perfect. Let's see what kind of distance that gives me. That's right where I want to hit it. That's a little long, but boy, I like that distance better than the chip shots from almost the same distance my opponent's at, and it's very makeable. It's maybe 3/4 of that distance, but wind is a factor, so it's down into that area where you've got to hit it perfect. And if we can get up on the fringe where we're just having normal, you know, chip shot, a really easy chip shot. In the real world, those chip shots are not that easy, but Golf Clash is what it is. I'm not saying I don't like it. I mean, I like the fact that you can get up here and you got a great opportunity to make it. Give yourself every opportunity. Getting it perfect. In the hole. All right, I like that better. One, so let me make some notes here. 5 power. One extra top spin. And if it was on a headwind day, I would do the 2 extra tops, or on a headwind day, I'd do the 2 extra top spin to combat it. Let's play it. Let's play it for real. If I put a little bit more curl on there, I could get the run to the cup, but when it hits the green, it rolls faster. For some reason, if you use a regular power 5 ball and you don't do any overpower and you do that same shot, it doesn't get that far. So the top spin versus the one extra power top spin is huge. Big. I go first. I like the 1.9 wind, I can tell you that. One extra top spin. 2 rings off. 3.4, so that's 3.7. There's 3. 7. Lean just a little. Hit 1 ring great to the right, which will take out most of that curl, but it'll still go to the left. Whoa, down, Cat Daddy. Whoa. Like it maybe just a regular 5 power ball. What's funny is if I hit a 5 power ball and I didn't do any overpower, it didn't get me, it got me close. It got me closer than the 4 power with the 2 top spin, but it didn't get me. I still had to do a chip from distance. That's okay. All I got to do is hit this perfect and it goes in the hole. I'm not behind the sign. Those signs piss me off. Everybody needs to complain to Playdemic about those signs. Those signs are out there for them. They don't say Goodyear on them or whatever, but those are not permanent fixtures. and they shouldn't be in play. If they want to put signs out there so that they can advertise Golf Clash while we're playing Golf Clash, then I suppose then that's what they can do. But those are not permanent in play. And if you get behind them, you're screwed. Because they are in play. And they shouldn't be. I think the whole signage thing on the course is bullshit. All right, I'm hedging my bet. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. Woo! Recovered. And that wasn't 2 in a row. 2 drop shots in a row. That would have been bad. All right. Because we have to get that one. So I picked one up, dropped one, and then got the one that we have to get. Now I got to pick up 2 of the last 3 in order to get on track. And that's possible. I haven't hit this next par 3. I've been super close, but I haven't gotten it in the hole yet. And on the front, I did a plus 40 at 1 per ring, even though I'm in mid-club. I'm eking towards max because where I've pushed it up to down there, but I used a max number at 40%, and I still didn't pull it enough. I think the problem is that I might have had a sliver of right-hand side spin. And that little bit of right-hand side spin, because I had so much backspin on there, I'm at max backspin, that when you have backspin on a ball and you've got any side spin, it really pulls to that side because it's pulling so much on the backspin that every time it bounces, it's really sucking it in that direction with even just a little bit of side spin. And I think I tried to do it with no side spin, but I think I had a sliver of right-hand side spin, and at the very end, it just pulled off the cup. So it could have been an operator error. Which way's the wind blowing? All right. I'm going to take a sniper, and I'm going to take a quasar. Well, once again, I think I can take a nav because I'm trying not to. Let's cut the wind down. Max backspin. Plus 40 to the cup. 1.4 times whatever the wind is, divided by 1. Okay, I got my math all set up. Got my bag. I'm ready to roll. Let's make this one. That won't make up for the one that I dropped, but at least it'll get me on track, and then I'll make the last. I'm going to make all 3 of these. I've just decided I'm not bringing my putter. I'm just going out there. I'm going to make all 3 of them. I'm calling my shots right here. Let's make it. And I dropped a shot on a missed putt. What kind of crap is that? I told you guys I wasn't a great putter. And I wasn't lying. I haven't missed as many putts as I have dunks, but it's probably pretty close. Now, I normally take this shot from where my opponent's at, where I'm more towards minimum club. But I've decided in this particular tournament that I'm going to do the max backspin and get right down on it. Get down on it, and I don't like this wind direction because you got to push the wind out. And I prefer to pull it as opposed to push it. Okay, max backspin. No side spin. Oh, let's get in the right club. Max backspin. Going right at it. 2.7, 3.78 rings. See if we can get lined up with the wind. There's 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Bastard. Bastard. It came in a little hot because we had tailwind. I should have prepared for that a little. I know it runs out on this cup, but that backspin, I was hoping it would go in. Close. Close. What I really like about this round is I've had a lot of great shots, and I've been super close on a lot of shots. So there's opportunities on all of these holes, and I feel pretty good about the round no matter where I end up. I would have liked to have gotten that one though. All right, back to the drawing board. Hole number 8. Hole number 17. Hole number 8. All right. Pulling back to the plus 23 mark. I'm using an APOC and a Berserker. Using my number 5 bag and a Zerk. Trying to make it so that it's consistent no matter what way the wind's blowing. I'm pulling back to the plus 23 mark. And I'm doing 2.5 top spin. And then my Kingfisher should be in max club. I'm hitting it 1-to-1 plus 1 to the cup. Maybe. All right, Phil. Chipping Kings. Not the kings of golf, but close. I need to go look through my video inventory way back in the day when the clans first started and find out there was somebody who was the person who started a plus 23 mark. 2.5 top spin. Plus 23 mark. 2.8. I'm going to do 2 rings. That's 3. A little bit of curl. Hit 1 ring great to the left, which will take out the curl, but it'll still go to the right. And what I want to see is when it looks at it, I've gotten past the sand. The sand's not really in play, but I want to, the distance that I'm looking for is past the sand. Somebody set up the Kings of Golf when the first day the clans came out, and my buddy Scooby joined the Kings of Golf, and I was in one of the Golf Clash Elite. I was in the Golf Clash Elite rookie clan, and I was in there for a bit, but the deal was that they didn't really want to promote like playing rookie. They looked down on it if you were playing rookie, and I got tired of it, and my buddy Scooby was like, hey, come over to this clan. So I was playing a lot of one-on-one at that time. What am I doing here? 1-to-1 plus 0.1. So 2.9. My max, I am at max. 2.9 rings. 2 backspin. Let's do 1 backspin. 2.9 rings. There's 2, 9. Oh! Can't be good, be lucky. Woo! Now the last par 3 really hurts. Hitting the flagpole. So my buddy Scooby says, hey, join this clan. And I joined, and like I said, I was playing a lot of one-on-one at the time. So the guy who started the clan didn't show up for 30 days, like didn't log in for 30 days, started a clan and then didn't come in. So after 30 days, if you don't log in, he was the president, and he had made several of us captains. Or no, we just came in. I think Scooby was a captain because he was there when Scooby came in, and then Scooby made me a captain. But I ended up becoming the president. So at the time Scooby logged into my account, he was my backup and made himself the president, and then immediately kicked the guy out. I have no idea who the guy is. I don't know if he still plays or what the deal is, but that's the way it works. All right. I'm one down from where I'd like to be. I'd like to be at minus 30. And I'm one down from where I'd like to be because I dropped the shot. So I have nobody to blame but myself. So I'm going to have to make it up right here. And I did not hit this shot perfect on the front. And I'm taking a, which way's the wind blowing? Well, we got good wind, good favorable wind. I really think what I'd like to bring here is a Power 3 topspin baseball, because I'm not quite getting where I'd like to get. I don't need a lot of topspin because I think you could overshoot it. This is a precision ball. I might bring that out on the weekend, but it's not worth bringing out here. 5 topspin boost. I only need like 1 topspin boost. 5 is way too much. The side spin might help though. I'm going to take that ball right there. And I'm going to take my number 3 bag. Here we go. Here we go. That was a long time ago, though. I can't even remember. They came out with the clans after they did the club card trading, but I think it was not too long after the club card trading. The club card trading came out around Christmas of, what, like 3 years ago? The game started in 2017, 18. It was like maybe 19. Maybe like 2 years into the game. 3 years into the game. The week before they did the club card trading, they boosted them. They went through and they changed the clubs because they came out with the clubs used to not be the level that they are. I just need like 1 extra topspin. .8, I'm going to do 3. It's a ring and a half. I'm going to lean just a little. Hitting it perfect. I'm trying to get all the way to that shadow. That did get me a little. It got me right to the edge of that shadow, and there's another shadow behind it from the, you can see where the first shadow is, and I've been getting to that length. Been kind of like right inside of it, so that I did pick up probably 10 yards there. So rares used to only go to level 8, and epics only went to level 7. And when the club card trading came out, they went through the week before and they changed a few things on some of the clubs. One of the big things that they changed that I was the most excited about was they gave the rock 10 extra yards from day 1. So if you had a level 1 rock, it had 10 extra yards than what it originally had, and that was huge. Because then when the club card trading came out and then they came out with a level 9, then that was really big. 3.52 rings. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to get in front of this so I can go a little straighter at it. And I can use a little backspin instead of top spin. .52 rings. And get right down on it. I'm just going to do 3-2. I'm going to do 3, 2.5. 3, 2.5. That's maybe 3, 3. Ah! I don't know that I've hit it perfect into this cup all freaking week. I do like that. I like hitting it where I've been hitting it. I haven't been able to get into that hollow on the front side of that. I've been having to do what my opponent's doing and having to pull to the left in order to miss that rough, to give myself a little bit of room on that rough and then side spin it over to the cup. But from that distance right there, it really could be argued that I probably should bring a horizon, and there is a rough bump that you can do from there off of that rough. It is flipping narrow, but there is a rough bump that you can do from there. I'll have to watch my buddy Hammer and Hank, because if he's playing this week, and I'm not sure if he is, if he's playing this week, that's a shot that he takes on this hole, and he's got it dialed in, and I can't remember what the percentage, or like if he's doing an adjustment or what he's doing on it, but I've watched him do it, and he's sank it over and over and over and over and over again. Definitely a great shot. All right, a 29 on a missed putt will probably put me in the top 5, and I can live with that. It's not the best tiebreaker. I was hoping for a 30 tiebreaker, and then in the weekend round, I left a lot of shots that were just like right there. And so I'm really happy with the round, but what I like is that I have room for improvement. If you go out there and you smoke it out in the opening round and you don't have any room for improvement, it can only go downhill. So I do have room for improvement. Top 3, top 4, top 5, 29's at the top. There's got to be a 30 at the top, at least. Wow. Unbelievable. And I bet you this person's got an Albie. They do have an Albie. That is the deal. What's the difference here? It must be, what's the difference between them? Qualifiers, 15, 14. Qualifying round. Albatross. Having an albatross tiebreaker to be big. I shot an albatross I went out there in the practice round and got an Albie, and I hole-in-one one of the first par 3, but I haven't gotten either one of those since, so still have room for improvement. I'm happy with that round. Would have liked to have been a 30, but that's how it goes. There you have it. I will try and play my odd account tomorrow. I've got it qualified in just so that I can get a practice round. But Friday, my wife's been gone all week, and she's coming home tomorrow morning. We're going to go out tomorrow night. So if I have time, I will play it. But I wanted to make sure I got at least one round in. There you have it. Minus 29. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a great weekend. And be safe out there. And I will see you on the next one.